Welcome
to
the Misadventures of Cowboy and Kiki. Wait, why are we saying each other's names? You started it. Everybody, she started it.
I did.
I'm afraid of today's episode only because I have... She pulled up the Trello. Kiki pulled up the Trello board, and it reads, name shaming. Apparently, at some point,
I was gonna start with a different opener, but
okay, let's go there.
Nope. Let's just dive
Cue
right
the cows.
in. Let's just dive right in. Explain to everybody what the Trello board is, because I live and die by my Trello board.
Okay, Trello apparently, and we are not sponsored by Wink Trello yet.
Wink, wink.
But Trello is, I guess, a software platform for project management and ideas and all that stuff. It's a
Kanban style.
There you go. I was looking for that
project management board. So I use it for personal. I use it for work. I literally have the kids on it for the grocery list if I need to.
Yeah.
It's
where ideas go.
I live and die by it.
To live and not necessarily die.
Yes.
So
So we were
we have a
looking
Kanban
through
board.
the
We have
list.
Trello for the show.
Yes, we were looking through our show board.
She was looking through the show
board.
board.
And I said, how about we do the show on name shaming? And he says, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Not the least.
And I said, that's great. That'll be the one we do. Because that's how we roll. No preparation whatsoever.
Well, I want to know what your non sequitur opener was, though.
I'll get to the
wants to know.
Opener.
And I think you know who.
I think I'll just do a whole show of openers one day.
And then we'll do a show of closers the next time. That's our show.
Just all openers. Okay.
All right, let's do it. Okay, so name shaming.
Yes.
At some point, we agreed that this would be the topic of our podcast.
Yes. I love it when you have no idea.
Clue. Not the least.
It's not like you've never had
I don't know what
been a participant in conversation of any sort around this, and yet you are just so clueless. You're like,
blank,
just
drawing.
Completely no idea.
If it were a whiteboard, it would be
I'll set the
without
stage.
Markers.
There are those of us in the world who have unique names. And
I got a joke real quick. How do you catch a unique rabbit?
A unique rabbit? I don't know.
Unique up on it.
That's hilarious.
Had to be told, otherwise I've forgotten it. I've been telling that since 6th grade, obviously.
Yes.
To the same reaction.
In 6th grade, it probably hit just about the same.
That and Laugh It Up Fuzzball. Remember after Star Wars came out and they're like,
no. Oh, Laugh It Up.
Laugh It Up Fuzzball.
Yeah.
Chewbacca.
For the Wookiee.
For the Wookiee, yes.
For our Wookiee lovers out there. So anyway, there are those of us who have unique names, and
Bunny Rabbit.
Some of us are quite proud of our names.
Oh, I know where this goes.
Oh, all of a sudden the light bulb goes on. Darn it, I was hoping we could stretch out a little longer.
How far can we go into the episode before Kiki has a... Sorry. Freudian. Freudian? No.
Before Kiki figures it out?
Before Kiki. Apparently.
Wow.
Kiki knew it from the top. Let's just say that.
You're going to lose on that bet, my friend.
Kiki knew it at welcome to... Kiki knows... Sorry, fine. Cowboy. Okay, we are technically, well, who knows what in the editorial, but on the raw, we're about 3 minutes in.
Okay, and you've only just
figured it out
which one of the two of us you are, and...
Oh, yeah. Well, we did start the open with a very confusing...
Was it confusing to you? I'm so sorry.
Yes, it was confusing.
That's hard.
Yeah, if I were a cartoon, little stars would be flying around my head, and I'd be like...
I imagine that's on a daily basis. Yes.
Are we name shaming or intelligence shaming?
No. Maybe they go a little bit of hand in hand there.
It's been a long day for Cowboy.
The intellect matches the name. I don't know.
I did have my 3:00 Turkish coffee at 2.
Wow.
Yeah, actually it was 3.
By the time you actually...
Do you see that panic head jerk when I was I wasn't sure if I turned off the Easy Bake / Turkish oven. It turned it off. It is basically boils sand at 300 degrees, and you put your Turkish coffee in there. That's another episode we probably haven't had. Have we done the Turkish coffee
No,
episode?
we've not done anything about Turkish coffee.
Let's add that to the...
As fascinating as that is.
Yes.
We can't make it through a singular topic at this point.
Well, let me tell you a lot about Turkish coffee.
No, we're not going to do anything with that right now.
Okay, name shaming. Go.
Yes. So anyway,
The
there's
shame
those
is
of
in the
us.
name.
I happen to have quite a unique name. And for most of my childhood, I wanted to change my name. And I wanted it
To
to
Wonder
be...
Woman. To the Hulk.
No,
Yes, you
I
did.
did love the Incredible Hulk.
you
I
did.
still think he's my spirit animal. We
Sorry.
are one. However...
Mrs. Banner.
Yes. However, no, I wanted to simplify my name, and I wanted to pick some, whatever was in the 80s that, we grew
Cher,
up with, and just we were
Madonna,
all like,
Sting.
everybody has this name,
Yeah.
It was just a whatever common name. Now I
Belle,
really
Biv, and
enjoy
DeVoe.
my unique name. You, Cowboy, also have a unique name
Yes.
in that it is...
I don't know how we're going to tell this using our road names.
So no, but that's all right.
We're going to find a way.
Your legal name is the same as a common turn of phrase or nickname. So, if you were talking to somebody and
Let's call it dude.
exactly. So
Yeah.
we'll use dude.
It's as common as
so
dude.
it's as common as dude, and
Yeah.
you would refer to somebody and just
People call me dude.
kind of a
Sure.
cordial way and be like, dude. That's your actual legal name.
on all legal paperwork.
And I believe
Air
you are
quote, dude.
quite proud of your dude name.
Well, let's just say this. I've had the question asked so many times. Is that your real name?
Yes, because it's not like, just like dude, it would be a little uncommon for somebody to have as their first
like,
name.
Is that your real name?
Dude, is dude your first name?
I was on the
your
street
real name?
when I was 19. Whoa, that's a different story entirely. No, I was walking along on 6th Street in Austin, Texas when I was 19, and this guy across the street starts yelling that as if he knew me. He's like, hey, dude. And he was like convicted. He was looking at me, walking at me, crossing the street at me at a pace, and he was triple my age at the time.
Okay.
And
you're
I was
thinking,
whoa.
how does this person know my name?
How do they know me? There's like my first or second time in Austin for the that type of thing, and visiting a friend or something, and he got all the way up to me, stopped, said, "You got a quarter?" And I was like, "No," and he's like, "Oh," and walked off.
And at that point, you realized he does not know my name.
Did not know my name.
Although
was just
he did.
But he did. He didn't know he did.
Yes.
That's the paradox of knowing me.
It's the paradox
or
of
not
your...
knowing me.
Of not
You
knowing...
know me, but you don't.
But you don't.
Unless you do.
Now, what was it like in elementary school growing up with your dude name?
It's fine.
Nobody commented on
they
it?
Found,
like,
found
what?
rhymes. They found rhymes with it, which were kind of. They were, even for elementary school, they were beneath us. It's just think of
like
words.
rhyming stuff.
Yeah,
that,
rhyming
like,
stuff that
like
you're like, that's
duty
not,
woody.
Yeah, which is like, that's not clever. It's not.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but I just wasn't sure if anybody
no,
thought it was odd that was your name.
A toy company came out with a toy that was named similarly.
Yes.
And had a jingle.
The dude. Yes.
Well, it had a jingle that
Yes.
One of my air quote friends would yell sing
Yes.
from like down the hallway. Every time I was within
Earshot.
shouting distance, he was
Yes.
like, and he would start singing that song. So there were some annoyances with having a common name that is a toy name, that is a, so all that stuff.
So let's fast
But-
forward
so
to
to
your
say I'm
adulthood.
proud of it, I'm just very used to it being
Yes.
a common thing
that
is uncommon in a
Yes.
way.
Okay.
It's uncommon for people to actually be named this.
Yes.
And a spoiler alert for everybody out there: Cowboy is not my real name.
What? This
What?
is what? This is the first that
You're
we're
like, I
hearing.
married
of this.
someone other than Cowboy.
I thought I married a cowboy,
Yeah, with this ring I wed Cowboy.
and apparently now I've married a dude.
Dude.
So
Still, I mean, still close.
It's close.
I still
close
think
enough.
you're lucky.
Yeah, you still think I'm lucky.
I still think you're lucky.
So we'll fast forward to a semi recent incident.
Yeah, a few months back.
And we're at a conference.
Yes.
And
couples conference for couples.
Yep.
Adults only, but not what you think.
Yes.
Yeah.
What were we thinking?
I don't know. Whatever they think. If you're thinking something like that, there's a buy us a coffee link. Buy us a coffee.
Just staring at him for a moment because I'm like,
in the show notes,
talk
there's a
about
buy us a
non sequiturs. Like,
Yeah.
where did that come from?
It's a non sequitur.
I don't even know where that happened.
It's a caffeinated non sequitur.
So anyway, we're at this conference, and it's a couples conference, and Cowboy.
I still like saying adults only.
Cowboy is quite the social butterfly, and so if it were me left to myself, I would be that poor pathetic soul that just stands
Eating snacks in the corner.
That just stands at
Facing the corner?
Yes, that stands at the one high top table by myself. I've actually done that, by the way, at a work, like the end. You know how they do kind of like a party at the end of the conference.
I am
a
not
week-long
always
conference.
a social buff. There are times where I'm just like, I'm done. I'm done with people.
Oh yeah,
don't come
it doesn't
talk to me.
happen to you very often, but you are generally far more social than I am.
Yes.
And so it does not surprise me that they have a break at the conference, and I go off to the restroom, and I come back to discover that you have made the acquaintance of somebody else.
Yes, I'm sitting there talking to a fella.
You're talking to this guy, and I think
finding common bonds.
I think that his wife eventually kind of comes up after maybe I joined as well.
Sure.
And so we're standing there talking, and we had probably 15 minutes or something on a break to be able to sit there and converse. And at some point, the names come up. And this gentleman introduces himself as Dude. And you're like...
And I light up like a Christmas tree.
Dude. And he's like, Dude. And they're like pointing at each other.
That's
Dude.
my name too.
And
he's like, whoa. And I said, yeah.
Me too.
And then I ruined the moment by asking a very pompous question.
Yes, and how did that work?
A question I've asked 1,000 times whenever this happens.
So he introduces himself.
So
I'm Dude.
This guy
and
introduces himself. So what's your name? And he says, I'm Dude.
Yes,
and I'm like,
Dude.
That's my name too.
Yes.
And he's like, whoa. We're close to being best buds. And then I say, then here's where it all goes astray. I get this. I know the look. I can feel it on my face, and it's just like. It's almost like it's a questioning
you get
smolder.
This kind of smug.
Yeah, it's like this smug, and this is where it happens.
Raise an eyebrow.
Yeah, but is that your real name?
And he kind of pauses, and he's like, "Oh, well, no, my name is whatever it was."
I'm gonna say. Nobody knows this, but he said his real name is Delmer.
Well, that's an interesting name.
Yes, and I was like,
as a fan of unique names.
Whoa. And
right?
And this has happened 1,000 times too. Every time this happens, it's always some other name that is not necessarily flattering. It's usually Eugene or Horace or something like that.
Yes.
That is just like, yeah, you need to go by it.
Now, okay, so I'm going to pause.
Monsters.
I'm going to pause the story here for a second. Okay. I'm going to ask. There are some names that are shortened, so like
Robert Rob
is shortened to Dick, right? And Robert Rob, right? Mm-hmm. But there are some that are like I was picking Richard and Dick just because
I think Rust is a cool short for Rusty.
Well, what I was trying
Rust-Oleum, Rust.
What I was trying to point out,
it's funny those two things are at battle, Rust and Rust-Oleum. But you could be named Rust-Oleum and then shorten it to Rust.
Fascinating.
Yes.
So if I can get back to my point.
I know, but I still want to talk about that later.
Is that sometimes the short version or the nickname version of your name is not just the first name abbreviated, it is sometimes a derivative where you wouldn't normally
Hold on.
catch it.
That's an educated person's word there, Kiki.
What? A derivative?
I decline to hear your derivatives.
No, but what
I
I'm
fall
saying.
apart at every turn when I hear the derivative.
So, dude, I don't picture
Kiki has an
there
elevated
being.
degree.
I do not
Although
picture.
it's in language.
I do not.
Oh, she's snapping at me.
I'm snapping at you.
Pay attention, everybody.
I am
She used
saying.
to teach. The snap,
Yes.
that has an impact.
Yes, it does.
Gravitas.
Oh my God, you're going to have to edit out all of the
I'm not going to.
interruptions. It's like insanity.
We finally derived.
Did you take your
We've
ADHD
arrived at
medicine
our
today? I
derivative.
want to know, like, you're not allowed to have Turkish coffee anymore. This is killing me.
Let me tell you everything about Turkish
This is
coffee.
killing me. My God.
All right.
What I'm saying is, I don't know. So I wanted to pause the story to educate me because I don't imagine that dude is short for a longer name that includes the word
It's biblical.
dude in it, right? It might be like
Deuteronomy.
Roderick shortens to dude for all
Can you
I
imagine
know.
me
I don't know. I'm just
Deuteronomy, and
Yes.
I'll just call me dude.
yes, just call me dude. So
Deuteronomy loquacious
my
derivative.
I'm gonna lose my mind.
Called me dude.
I'm dying.
Aloquacious. Deuteronomy aloquacious derivativity-ness. So
I
Delmer,
really want to
Delmer
reach.
goes
I really
by
want to
dude.
reach across the table and
This is why it's important
right now.
for audio. Everybody in a studio or elsewhere, you
They
need
all
to be
want-
separated.
They
mainly because you can't reach each other.
I
Slap.
I will.
Yeah.
I
You ever watch
will
Joe Rogan?
absolutely.
They're not immediately close to each other.
Yes.
They're pretty far away. For that reason
exact
alone.
reason.
You
Okay.
think it's for the audio.
Is that
It's to prevent slappage.
so?
Slappity, slappity. I quote the human barnacle.
What?
Y'all know who he is.
I don't know
Any
what
listener
is
that
going
knows
on. I
the
swear.
human barnacle gives advice, but he also, my favorite quote of the human barnacle is slappity, slappity.
I'm pretty positive.
Someone
that
in the
you
audience
did,
knows, and that when they know, they know.
Did you do Delta 9 while I was out of the house? I'm pretty confident that you're on something right now. So
Kiki, you know I'm high on love.
So what I'm saying is the name Delmer could shorten into dude. I know that it doesn't. But what I'm
Just the
saying
letter
is,
D.
is there another name out there, like a name that most people know that does shorten into the name dude? Like,
Ooh,
do you
yes.
know of that?
So you're posing a question for the audience.
I am posing a question to you, actually.
And the audience. So audience.
The audience.
There's a comment section. I guess if you're watching on YouTube, by the way, we're on YouTube. If there's a comment section there, please.
At this point, I'm not sure that they have.
Deuteronomy is the only one I can think of.
I thought there was a name that we
Dudley.
talked about.
We talked about this.
I do actually.
You're
we
gonna
did
try
actually.
and you're gonna try and think. You're gonna try and.
So I'll post that in the comments later.
There's a name that
There is a name that shortens into
dude.
your name,
Doodles.
and so I was thinking about how unusual that is.
I think it's a song by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, maybe.
All right, continue your story.
They have like serious multisyllabic song titles.
So
Shikamegafinko.
oh my gosh,
That is one of their songs.
I think
Shikamegafinko.
somebody needs to say.
Look it up. Shikamegafinko.
This is no. I'm not looking anything up.
Okay.
I
No, I'm never telling you, my darling Kiki.
I want you
Safe
to-
search on, by the way, everybody. Don't look things up we talk about without safe search on. Ideally, use your spouse's browser
absolutely,
and then
how to
blame
do
them
it.
for whatever popped up. You sick fuck. What are you looking for? What are you? Shikamicafinko. It turns out that's some probably a prison phrase. Okay, where were we? Somebody bring us back to reality.
So what I was saying,
Oh,
I
yeah.
was
So,
asking.
So I asked this poor fella. I asked him
Yes.
if that was his real name, and he says it's almost like I feel bad now.
So, for
because
example-
he had to pronounce his actual birth given name, who his parents were. Who does that? One, and what if his first name's Delver? What if his middle name was Fudd?
It wasn't Bud.
From childhood cartoons. Huh. How did that word escape in my mouth? It's because of my tongue.
So anyway,
Turkish coffee, everybody.
Oh lordy,
It's like sexual chocolate.
it's like,
I believe the children are our future.
no, would you stop?
Teach them well, man. Let them lead the way.
He says that his name is Dude. You get a smug look on your face.
But is it really?
But is it really?
Is it really your name?
And then he looks semi-perplexed. And
Why would
is
you
like,
ask me that?
And is like, no,
It's not.
It's Delmer. And then what do you follow up with?
Oh, no.
This is what I'm trying to get to the.
Did I say my
the
name is
golden
actually?
nugget.
Well, my name
Well, of course.
is actually.
And
Dude.
And
Pulls out birth certificate.
pulls
Long
out
form birth certificate.
pulls out wallet with driver's license.
Have
to
a look
show.
here at the genuine article.
So
What a
So-
show off jerk.
and then
Who has two thumbs
Yes.
and is a show off jerk
yes
over something so mundane.
100%.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was the story.
The
I
na-
don't
that
know
was
how
name
we
shaming.
that now. Yes, but so you lamented afterwards. You were like, "Oh my gosh, who
That
does
was
that?"
terrible. What a horrible thing to do, that poor fella. He's already born with that name. Oh, God help him.
So
And he was short.
people, I don't know how we got here, but we finally got to the end of it.
We're not
it was-
anywhere near the end.
It was messy. That was ugly. Lord.
I want to do my tribute to the sexual chocolate.
Oh, please.
Give him a surge of pride. Make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadows. So that's Sexual Chocolate from Coming to America, Eddie Murphy. And that's Arsenio Hall playing the character who's the lead singer of Sexual Chocolate. That boy's good.
You're clapping at yourself right
No,
now.
it's from the show. The guy said, that boy's good.
I'm so over this right now.
I'm a cinephile, apparently. But yes, Coming to America, Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall. They play almost every character, you know.
Yes.
Is Mom calling him Clay? I'm going to call him Clay. That's the barbershop
Thank
thing.
you, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
No, we're not done there. We still
No.
have time to fill.
No, we're done.
Fine.
We're done. It's
Next
over.
episode, we're definitely going to spend some time on. Well, right now I've spent 25 minutes on Turkish coffee. Add 3 hours. But next episode, somewhere in our little Kanban board on Trello, we need to write down Turkish coffee.
Oh, okay.
How Turkish coffee.
I'll
not-
make sure to
not
add
the
it.
history of, but how Cowboy ended up with Turkish coffee, and why he had some today.
Okay. That might explain a lot
Yeah.
for our listeners.
Yeah, it is. So thank you for joining us on this wild
It
and
was a
woolly
disaster.
edition of Misadventures with
Oh, God, help me.
Pointing
Kiki.
Finger and Cowboy. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Oh.
Sexual chocolate. Ka-chow! Welcome back, everybody. Real quick, this is an
No.
after the credits edition.
Nope.
Okay, apparently not.